Agent, I am Prosecutor Phil Jones. Today the court is hearing evidence with regard to the prosecution of Mr Cavendish, who is alleged to have infected a computer with malware and compromised it in order to steal money. Can you please introduce yourself for the benefit of the court?
Yes, certainly. My name's Dean McCartan.
You speak up a little bit, please.
Sorry, my name's Dean McCartan.
Now, you're going to provide expert testimony with regards to certain examinations you conducted today, is that right?
That's correct.
Okay, can you give me an explanation as to how you may be qualified to provide such testimony?
Given my years in industry as a working professional, and given my interests in this thing, I believe makes me a good candidate for this. I'm a strong technical background, but obviously I try to understand the overall aspect of what we were trying to achieve. Okay,
thank you. Now, can you tell me how you first became involved in the investigation? In a summary, please. Very quick summary.
Very much. Basically, we were asked by. We were requested, obviously, by a fellow officer to basically investigate a BlackBerry device that was confiscated from. Was submitted to evidence as evidence against a person that was alleged to have committed cybercrime.
Why was that BlackBerry considered to be significant or of evidential worth in relation to the investigation?
Given the witness statements that was given by Mr Farrell at the time of the person's arrest, it was believed that he'd plugged it into the victim's personal computer that was in for repair at the time. And based on initial forensic evidence that was submitted to us, that we believe that was in fact the device in question that compromised the machine.
Right. Are you able to explain, for the benefit of the court, what was discovered within the victim's computer that gave a link to the BlackBerry phone?
Yes, the forensic evidence recovered that a recently mounted drive, basically an SD card actually in question.
SD card, Mr McCartan, can you explain what that means to the court, please?
That is a very small detachable file system, removable media that can be very easily put into many devices, can store large amounts of data and can be quite easily concealed.
Thank you.
So with regards to this evidence that shows that the SD card was mounted within the victim's computer, can you tell me what particular data you would be able to refer to in order to demonstrate that the BlackBerry mobile phone had been connected?
Certainly, the forensic report that was submitted, I believe I may have it here. I'm sorry, I don't have it, but
maybe you could just summarise for us.
The particular information that showed that the Encase investigation and the software, the digital forensics that was actually taken at the time, analysed recently accessed parts of the file system and actually had shown that a mobile device had been connected.
All right. Where was that link stored within the victim's computer?
That link was stored in the system's registry.
What is that registry? Can you just explain?
The registry is a collection of information which stores configuration information about the computer that allows sort of system information to be stored, but also to persist settings, so that basically when you turn it off and on again, that information is readily available to the operating system to be able to continue its normal operations.
So is that what we might term the configuration settings for a computer?
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. Now, I wonder if you could lead us through to how we've then discovered a BlackBerry phone. Can you tell you how did that come into the possession of the law enforcement?
I believe that was taken from the person at the time they were arrested.
Which person?
Mr. Sorry.
Would that be the defendant, Mr. Cavendish?
Yes, that was it. Is. Sorry.
So, did you conduct the examination of that BlackBerry?
I was leading the team that conducted that investigation.
Okay.
So yes.
How did you set about your examination?
Initially, we received the BlackBerry out of the secure holding from the police. We then set about ensuring that we imaged the device correctly.
That you what? Sorry, imaged.
Sorry, that we took a digital copy of the phone First of all, we removed the SD card in question. We actually did what was known as a physical image of that device, which allowed us to ensure that the data was the data integrity was maintained throughout our investigation.
So just for the benefit of the court, are you able to explain for me how the integrity was maintained? What particular method did you use that meant that the data you examined had not been altered in any way during the course of your processes?
Absolutely. We used the device which in effect prevents any writing of any data back to the device while it was being collected. It's what's known as it's what's known as write blocking in the industry.
So did you use hardware write blocking?
Indeed we did.
Okay, now when you examined the BlackBerry, when you examined the SD card, what did you find?
We found many things. And initially, you know, we found photographs.
What did you find that was of evidential value?
Well, initially we found photograph of a screen which showed this person would be receiving large sums of money, and also was looked to be researching a way out of the country.
All right. How would they receive that money?
They received that money via PayPal.
So what did you see that said that the defendant had received money via PayPal?
Their web activity from the device showed that he was researching to go to France hotels. There was also evidence that he'd obviously received £8,000 in cash over 2 days, four increments of £2,000.
All right. Now, obviously, Mr. Cavendish is charged and stands before us facing an allegation that he compromised the victim's computer. Did you recover any information which suggests that either he did compromise the computer and how he may have actually carried that out?
I didn't actually see exact evidence how he compromised the computer, but I did see evidence that he had obtained access to Mr. Farrow's personal bank account.
And how do you think he did that? The initial report by Mr. Farrow indicated that his computer had become affected with some sort of virus or malware. Did you find any data that linked the defendant with that incident?
I didn't find anything that linked him with that particular incident. However, there was nothing that was originally presented in the forensic investigation that we were originally given on the actual investigation of the victim's machine.
Right. So what you can show in your evidence is that the defendant received money that appears to be connected with the account of Mr. Farrow.
Yes.
But you're not able to say why that might have happened.
I'm certainly not able to say how he obtained that information. I am, however, able to say that the defendant actively was selling that information.
Right.
To at least 3 persons.
Okay. Did you find anything else of evidential value within your examination?
Yes, we did find that there was a hidden directory inside the SD card.
What do you mean when you say a hidden directory?
Basically, under normal conditions, the average person and even the average technologist would not necessarily have detected that hidden volume. It was only upon forensic analysis that we even discovered that it was there.
When you say a volume, what is this?
Well, basically, it's a way of containing information that makes it invisible to. So if you were to just look at it by opening, say, File Explorer, you would not see it unless you knew it was there.
Is there a term for this type of data?
Yes, it's a form of. Can you just excuse me a minute while I confer with the colleague?
If you can hurry up, please, because we're concerned about the cost of the court.
Sorry, basically it is a container that without a correct password remained invisible to the average user due to the way it obscures the way that the file system is even readable.
Is this in any way what we might know as encryption.
Very much so. It is actually a popular tool that is used. The way it was used was a bit different than the standards implementation, but it's not impossible for people to do that.
So if you could just summarise.
Sorry, that's time. Thank you.
Thank you.